Welcome back, everybody. This is Rage Quit Monday, episode 8. We have our usual hosts with us. Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, it's Lloyd Milligan here.
That
I
was a
just wanted to
terrible
point. I
impersonation.
just wanted to point out that was a nice intro there by Joe.
yeah,
Thanks. Hey,
yeah, failure,
I'm a little
failure,
rusty.
fail Mondays, sure.
Hey, Phil. Yeah, Rage Fail. Wait, whatever we're called. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm a little rusty. I'm a
So
little
we got
rusty, man.
Joe the dentist, Lloyd Milligan, Holiday Talk, and our guest host this week, Leverage, Mr. Scumpy. How you doing?
Great. How about you?
Not too bad. Now, first things first. 16-0 first half. Havana against Quantic Next Threat. What the hell?
You saw that?
I was live casting that.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I was trying to stay alive
Why
That
only
was
16? Why not 20?
because that's what I got to, and then I realized I hadn't died, and they were all like, "Yo, get top weight, stay up there, and we're all gonna camp around you." That's
Wow.
what we did.
That's pretty funny. So, topics on the list for this week. Obviously, I just got back camping, and coming in a few days, we got Columbus, supposed to be our biggest turnout yet for an MLG event. New host as far as the commentating side goes, being myself. And we got leverage here to talk about some gameplay, maybe some tactics that they're going into MLG event number 2, and we I don't know, we can pick his brain and I can tell some camping stories. So Dennis, why don't you kick things off, or Lloyd, go kill your dogs. I don't know, either or.
I always, I always threaten that I'm gonna have to kick those things every time we play, and then it's hold on, I got to go shut my dogs up. So anyway, leverage. What is the biggest competition for you guys heading into the event? I know you guys won MLG Dallas, so are you looking at the same teams right behind you, or are there people going to be sneaking out of the woodwork after you guys?
There are a couple really underrated teams that I would look out for. Icons being one of them, and they're in our pool. Another being Twisted Method. They're a really big sleeper team that nobody really considers a top team, but they're pretty good. Uh, our main competition, I would say, would be Optic Gaming. For obvious reasons, they got a stacked roster, a bunch of solid players.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun to play them. I mean, they don't camp. They like to push us. We like to push them. It's just fun to play them.
Yeah. Do you think people and teams have adopted your playstyle coming out of Dallas? Because people seen you play. It was at Dallas. It was unorthodox. People didn't know how to handle you. But now you don't really have that surprise tactic. What do you think is going to happen?
I really don't think it's going to alter our game at all because, I mean, when you go to a LAN event, everybody plays differently than they do online,
Mm-hmm.
mostly because it's on LAN and the connection's a lot better. So, like, people that camp in the back of their base aren't going to be able to do that as effectively because of momentum, one of them, and the second one being you can't outgun somebody as consistently when you're on LAN, especially if they have a better shot than you, but their connection's not good. Just doesn't
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
You
People.
just how
turn
I see it works.
Yeah. People's
yeah,
shots really tend to open up, and you really start to see who's actually the top players on land, because now you're eliminating all those factors that are the annoyance of playing online, lag being one of them, hit detection being another, and location, being super far away from your teammates. It really changes the game up. When you go to a LAN, it's like playing a brand new game, and it's so much more enjoyable, and it brings a much better experience to the competitive side of Call of Duty for sure.
So does it
Yeah.
take some time to get adjusted when you get there? It
Um.
seems like it would.
Actually, yeah, it takes a lot of time because I'm used to a 27-inch monitor with 1 millisecond response time, and I got there, and I think they're 22-inch with or 23-inch with 2 millisecond response time,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and my shot was god awful when I first got there.
Yeah, when you go
But
from that side, or when you go from a bigger TV to a smaller TV, it feels like you're moving a lot quicker.
oh yeah, definitely, because I used to play on Xbox back in Modern Warfare 2 on a 48-inch, and it's unbearable compared to playing on a small monitor.
Yeah, craziness.
Yeah.
So, one thing, people are always talking about and wanting to know is, who's Leverage's top player? Like, who's the go-to guy that is consistently bringing the numbers game after game? Do you even have that, or is it that mix-up? Everybody kind of rotates and everybody's got their moment to shine.
Yeah, I would really say it's everybody has their moment to shine because me and Aches are obviously the two big slayers, and then TP is a great support player. Sometimes he even like outslays me and Aches by a lot. Everybody just has their games, and Bob's a great objective. He's a sneaky little bastard. So that's how we work.
So going back to the land thing really quickly, does that after you're adjusted, does that change your play style to be more aggressive? Are you more relying on your twitch reflexes than, playing a position and a strategy more so than, just running and gunning and being able to use your reflexes because maybe you have a better shot than the guy? Does it seem to affect your confidence at all? Like, do you think
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, we're on land, I can rape?
Yeah, definitely. All of Friday and Saturday, I was playing so scared. I just wasn't playing like myself. And even Stainville was telling people that's not how Scumpy plays. And then on Sunday, Championship Sunday, I just came out and started playing how I usually do and just running out in the middle of the map and just killing everybody.
Yeah.
Definitely affects your confidence whenever you get there.
So going into this event, are you going to try and get there a little bit earlier Friday and try and get some free play on the consoles or at least with your team?
Not at all. I think we're actually going to be getting there later because me and Bob are going fishing early in the morning. And then I'm pretty sure we'll be there we'll be there before registration time, but I don't know if we're really gonna go hard until closer to our match.
Okay.
You're just trying to clear your head or something?
I mean, events really aren't all about going there and competing. I really like going there and hanging out with everybody, and I don't know. I would just rather relax while I have my time.
That's cool.
Now, have you guys got your check from Dallas yet?
No, not yet.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy smokes.
we probably won't get it till a week or two after Columbus.
That's
What I'm guessing.
crazy. I was gonna ask you guys what you had all planned for the money. Being a bunch of younger guys.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, what is your plan when you do get the money?
Um, I'm gonna put it in the bank. I really have everything that I need. I got a monitor, I got a PlayStation, Xbox, Astros. I mean, I don't really need anything else. So I'm just gonna put it in the bank.
Right on.
Nice work.
Smart.
So it is smart.
So I think I wanted to bring something up because I think I saw it from your Twitter. Um, if not, if it wasn't you, it was somebody from Leverage. I'm pretty sure there was a topic of people posting scrims.
Ah, yeah. I was gonna
Oh
ask that
yeah,
same question.
that pisses me off
Why?
because we don't go as hard as we do in scrims. But
Okay,
Aches even
Mister
said it
16.
himself.
No.
Right, but that I wasn't even going hard. Like I was just playing and shooting around, and we call out, but like we're not like thinking like we would if we were in like something that's worth money. If that makes sense. Like our decisions alter if there's something on the line.
So what's the biggest reason not? I mean, does this make you look bad? Is that what you're against, or is it just
Well,
because of,
yeah, that because it's making us look bad when we're not in our true element. Like it's fake. I don't like it.
Hmm.
so
Well,
is it just when people post scrims of you guys getting beat, or
Yeah, yeah,
okay. So if
I
you beat
gotcha.
somebody, you don't care.
no,
Okay.
That makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah. Well,
I just don't like it. Like if we were to get beat in a tournament match, I mean, go ahead, post it.
well,
And you
it's
beat us.
for the third party guys, myself included. When I get to sit in on team scrims, uh, that's the only real opportunity I have to live cast stuff because I don't have the clearance from MLG to sit in on actual matches. So it makes it really tough. Now, as far as like the fan base goes, they want to see you guys play all the time. Now, whether it's scrims or not, win or lose, people still want to see it.
Yeah, yeah. The way I look at it, it's like an exhibition match. I don't think people are gonna take much from it if you guys lose. It's like if I live north of Los Angeles and the Lakers come and play here like once a year. It's exhibition. Lots of times they're just messing around. They get beat by a terrible team, but I don't think that team's better than them as a result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that it's that's a good point. It's just an exhibition, and I agree with Doc wholeheartedly. I mean, people are trying to get into this more to the event, to the teams and familiarize themselves with the players.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good publicity either way. I mean, I don't think anybody's like oh my God, you guys lost to Optic or you lost to whoever, because I think that most of the educated players that follow know that anybody can beat anybody on any given day on any different map. It's really, it can happen at any time. So
Mhm.
I mean, I don't watch a game where you guys lose or where Envious loses or anything and go, oh my God, they're terrible, they're gonna
Oh,
get
they're done.
demolished. Yeah. So I mean, so many things change, and especially when it's online connections, everything else. It's a huge deal. But
Yeah.
I could see if you dropping donuts in search and people are posting those up.
Yeah.
Sound like you're talking from experience, Joe.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't drop donuts.
As a player or as a past player, I do understand the concept of, hey, we just played a scrim, or hey, we were trying out new players, or hey, we didn't have our actual team. Don't post that type of thing. But a full team against another, or two pro teams going up against each other, I think both are under the understanding that they're going to try and beat the other team. So the mentality, it might be for you guys that you don't play as hard, but if you were playing Optic Gaming, are you saying that you really are not trying to win?
We go hard against Optic. That's about the only team. I
Okay.
will admit that. Because like Optic, we get our best practice from them.
Mm-hmm. So you think that's the number 2 team on the circuit right now,
Definitely.
and you guys are obviously number 1?
Well, we're really close. It's whoever plays better on that day
Okay.
is gonna win.
Interesting.
Very
So,
interesting.
why don't you do a little background? How did you get into competitive gaming and competitive Call of Duty? Because I find that stuff interesting, and I think people want to know about the individual players as much as the teams.
Yeah, well, I started as a little TDM guy. I was on a team with Bob, Sin, he's on Obey right now, and Davey, and he doesn't really play that much anymore, but I think he's trying to get back into it. And that was back in COD 4. So I've stayed with Bob for about 4 years now, and we've been on teams in every game. Um, I think we got noticed like at the midway point in Modern Warfare 2, and we joined up with Oxide and Snipers. And we did a PCL, and we were doing really good. And then something happened with our team. I think we were 17-6 in the first PCL, and then somebody decided to do some stupid crap and leave, and then that screwed us over. And then we started right back where we started. Like we were back on the bottom, and then I got on one effort because of a good friend, Hallucination, who quit. And then they broke up, and Mainstream went to Fear. And me and Main were really good friends. So he was talking to Moho after somebody got dropped. I forget who. And Moho approached me, and he was like, hey, do you want to join a team? I was like, yeah, hell yeah. That's one of my dreams. Like Fear. It's like a household name for Call of Duty. And I joined them. And then and Black Ops, I got noticed by Stainville Envy,
Yep.
and I made Envy Blue with him, and then that's pretty much how I got out there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Have you always played video games? You always been good at video games?
Oh yeah. I remember back when I was like 10 years old, I got home and my brother was playing on the old Xbox. He was playing Halo 2, and I was like, hey, can I play? And I mean, I went in there and I was really bad at first, but I kept at it. And I would play a lot because it was new to me, and I was 10 years old. I loved it. And I got really good at Halo. And I transitioned over to Call of Duty because Call of Duty was such a big name then. Everybody had Call of Duty, and everybody still has Call of Duty. So sort of just transferred into Call of Duty and got good.
Awesome. What do you think's stopping, I guess, Leverage from being a household name so far?
We got a couple team problems right now, which I'm not going to discuss, but things might not be too good. I don't know. Hopefully they work out for the best, but just there's a lot of unnecessary drama that goes down, and it's just stupid. Like it shouldn't be happening. It's for stupid stuff.
Do you think that the community is, taking a step back because of the younger members of the teams? Do you think it's an issue of just being young, or do you think it's just that people don't deal with the spotlight as well?
I think it's a little bit of both, because young people, if you're a young pro such as myself, I don't really give people an opportunity unless you're like already out there. Like there's like a little pro community, and then there's everybody else. Like nobody else can get in, and I think it's sort of like that for Halo too. It's really hard to get into the pro community, except for the combines that they had. Like only 4 new pros could come in, or something like that. But then a couple other pros came in from playing, and that's really all you can do. You really just gotta get into a scrim and impress somebody that's important, and then get lucky. I guess I don't know.
So I don't know if yeah, I'll just leave the other the other team issue out of this. Going forward, you guys are teamed up with Quantic.
Yeah.
And I've had, a lot of opportunity in the last couple of weeks to, speak with a lot of people from Quantic, and they're interested in doing some work with me and helping out with the YouTube channel and everything. So this question is going to be posed to you as, a young team coming up looking for that sponsor to help them get to events. And I know Quantic has been really good for you guys, helping with PR, helping control certain issues, and then, being, your official sponsor. Now, how did you guys go about getting a hold of Quantic, and what made you approach a Battlefield, or essentially a Battlefield organization?
Actually, I had just been looking for a team after I left Envy Blue, and actually I think this was after I got dropped from Obey because I was a little immature kid, and they came to me, Vengeance from Next Threat. He came to me with Synergy, and they were like, hey, join our team. And I was like, I can't even go. I'm sorry. And then since my parents and Bobby's parents are such good friends, they're like, hey, why doesn't he just come with us? This is stupid. He shouldn't not be allowed to go because of something that happened with another team, because I still had plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to Synergy again. I'm like, hey, why don't you come with us and Leverage? And he's like, all right, that sounds awesome. I'd love to do that. And really, it's just been business from there. They take care of us, and it's awesome. We love it.
For sure. Now, their girls team, have you guys been working with, I think, Quanticam, to help them out with their strats and everything? Or what's your guys' role in their part?
We have not taken any role in anything they've done yet, which is disappointing. But because our team rarely ever scrims. We'll scrim like twice a week maybe, and it sucks.
Wow. I didn't expect that. How come you guys only play twice a week?
It's really just everybody's schedule. Sometimes I don't really know. We have a lot of stuff going on. It's the end of the year for everybody, so we're all working on finals projects and finals testing. TP's done, but I still have a week after Columbus. I know Bob's still going, and I know Aches is trying to make up a lot of work, so I mean, we just don't have a lot of time to scrim.
Wow, that's crazy. Did you have a lot more time to prepare for Dallas?
Oh my gosh, yeah. We were so dedicated for Dallas, and I don't know why we're not as dedicated for Columbus. We should be on our grind right now, but we didn't even play tonight. We didn't play all day today. I think the only 2 days we have to practice are tomorrow and Wednesday, and I think we're gonna try and set up some scrims for that.
That could be a little bit dangerous.
Sounds like a little rope-a-dope. I bet they're going to come out strong.
Could you be feeding us some lines here, Scump?
Yeah.
No, I swear.
That'd be a good tactic, though. Let's go on the Rage Quit Mondays. Tell them that we're not really gonna show up. We're just we're gonna do our
fishing.
best. And
my
then
fingers are broken.
First game against Optic, just bam, destroy them. That'd be pretty good.
That's what I was going for.
Nice. Mission accomplished.
So, Dennis, why don't you throw us into a topic here?
I kind of wanted to. Well, actually, one thing that I was going to talk about, that he's talking about a little team issue. I saw something on Twitter. I guess it was last night, and I just saw it because somebody retweeted it. But looks like Team Fear may be having some internal issues. Look like 2 of their members were going back and forth for probably over an hour in a public forum. I guess both of them seem pretty young, at least from what they were tweeting out and everything. So it's interesting that a lot of the internal teams and the chemistry between the teams is something
gone.
that it is in I mean, Scump? What do you think about like people jumping ship so much lately? It seems to be like an epidemic almost.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. You really need to find a team and stay with that team. If you're jumping teams all the time, it's not really that fun.
Yeah.
No,
Do people get like bad rap out there for that? Do people like, oh, we can't take so and so because he may just leave after a week or two, or he might jump ship if something better comes along?
yeah, well, usually the people that are jumping ship are people that are highly considered in the community, so they can get on any team that they want at any time, except for maybe a couple, such as ours at Optics and Optic Nations probably.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, they're like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. I don't know why people hop teams as much as they do. It doesn't
Yeah.
make things fun.
And
It's
why they air it out on Twitter? That just seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's just bringing their rep down in their fans' eyes and any important people's eyes that are watching them, such as corporate sponsors looking at their teams. If they see that, you're done right there. Like,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
Exactly.
It's not worth it.
There's so many teams that are just. It seems like they don't take this gig seriously, and it may
There's a
be.
lot of money in this
Yeah,
if
there
they play their
is.
cards right.
It's only gonna get bigger, but a lot of these players, and even you're with your team, you almost had somebody wreck it for you. Like teams need to cut the shit out on Twitter altogether. Like that needs to go right now. And these really young guys, like I know John, I think he's like 14 or 15. I think he's 14 actually.
Yeah.
I, for fear coming out of Dallas with such major problems, picking up maybe a really unreliable young kid like that was probably not the best idea. And
Hmm.
I know him and Dito were fighting it out on Twitter, fighting it out, amongst the team. Another guy in a scrim the other day posted a yelling match between Moho and John, and all this public presence, is effectively just hurting you and ruining your chance to be a marketable team and a marketable person, because a team might be broke up, but sponsors and stuff that are in the community looking for those players and those potential opportunities never forget that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, with
It's
the internet, there's a record of it forever, forever. And
Forever and ever.
it's funny that like a problem like this, rears its head in all communities like this. Like, the NFL is having tons of problems with this. People tweeting stupid stuff too. It's
Mhm.
like with this new like social media or whatever. It's just not a good idea to have big egos like public people out there spewing
Yeah.
stuff.
Like if you're gonna argue, take it somewhere else. Don't do it on Twitter because you got like if it was me, for instance, I would have 1,400 something people just looking at me being a douchebag, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
coming out of your last incident with the Twitter thing, was there some like ground rules put forward from MLG and everything like that?
Yeah, definitely. We had to like sort it out. We had to take like 2 days to get rid of everything. It was bad. It won't happen again either.
Yeah, did they like send that same message out to all the teams to make it clear that that type of behavior wasn't acceptable?
I'm not sure. I know that the person that did it got a message though.
Okay.
I know that for a fact. I'm not sure about everybody else in the community.
Yeah.
I think they should have taken that as like a learning opportunity, not to, rub it in, but that's the type of thing that needs to be shared to let everybody know that this is not an acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
And I think if that would have been emailed out to, anybody that participated at the events, I think we might have had a little bit better of a change with, social media and how it's kind of presented from a player's point of view.
Hmm.
But let's get off the super serious stuff.
All right, all right, all
I,
right. Let's talk about your trip this weekend because
okay.
the old Canadian bear went into the woods, right?
Yeah. Polar bear went nesting in the woods. I decided to go camping. Usually we go camping on May long weekend, but there's always in Alberta here they implement no alcohol, no fire during
What?
Maylong now because there's
What
so
is
many.
hold on? What's Maylong?
Maylong is Canada's like long weekend. It's like the first opening
So
camping
it's
day.
like you're just copying off of America because we have Memorial Day, so you guys need a holiday too on Monday.
There you
And
go.
you can't think of a better name than Maylong.
I don't even know. I don't even know what the holiday is called. But it was last week. But we went camping this
Okay.
week,
Okay.
and it's still pretty cold up here in Canada. You know, summer really doesn't hit here until like
Really?
August.
Ever.
You know, August is really like the only safe period where you can like go into a lake and not freeze to death.
Jeez.
But yeah, you know, some of us are a little more brave, and you know, we took the boat out and to the lake. It was raining all weekend. It wasn't supposed to rain at all, but it decided. Somebody's typing.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. It was raining all weekend. It was just a mess. It was cold. I couldn't really bring out my camera because I was worried it was going to get wet. I shot a couple videos. That video is actually going to be released later, but it was a mess. And then the boat was disastrous. Like it was like super windy. We docked it off. We launched the boat, and we get it started once, and then right as we're pulling off of the trailer, dies. And trailer starts pulling out of the water. We're starting to freak out because the wind's blowing us back into the dock there, and we didn't want to smash up the bottom of the boat. So I basically like dove off and out of the boat and grabbed onto the dock with my one arm and almost yanked my arm out of the socket. It was terrible. It hurt a lot. We finally got the boat on there and got everything situated, or so we thought. So we're like, okay, let's go fishing. You know, if we can't water ski and wakeboard or whatever, let's go and do some fishing. So we get out into the middle of the freaking lake. Turn off the boat. Worst idea ever.
Is the whole family with you? You got the baby and everything?
No.
Okay.
It was me, the father-in-law, and one of his kids. And we just started casting, and we're like, yeah, we're not getting any bites here. We should move to a shallower point. He goes to turn the key. Click, click.
That dreaded
noise. So we're in the middle of this freaking lake with 2 paddles and a 20-foot boat that you are not going to paddle anywhere. And, you know, we were panicking, trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do. And thank God, you know, another boat came close and we were able to wave him down. He towed us back in. But terrible, terrible experience, as you never, ever, ever want to be out in the middle of the lake with no way to get back.
That's why I don't go camping. Basically, camping to me, it's like let's pretend we're homeless for a few days.
Pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
I don't know. I love camping. I love going out. It's a lot of fun.
It's all right. Like float trip camping for me is okay. Like going on a long float trip. I don't know. Do you guys do that?
What the hell is a float trip?
Really? You don't know what a float trip is?
No.
I bet
Oh
I
my
could
God.
guess.
Yeah. So basically, you go to this. You get a group of people together. You go like and you camp, and then one day, usually you get there on a Friday night, and then on Saturday you get up early in the morning, and you either get a canoe or a huge inner tube, and you float down the river the entire day. Take coolers with you and just drink beer and float down the river for probably about 10 or 12 hours.
How do you get out of the water?
What do you mean? How do you get out of the water? It's not like it's like a glorified creek. It's not like an actual like river. It's
But
like,
what do you do at the end?
Yeah.
How do you get back to camp?
Oh no, there's shuttles. There's shuttles
Oh,
that take you
okay.
back. So you stop along the way, and there's thousands of people usually that are all along the bank. You just pull over whenever and take a eat break, smoke break, drink break, whatever you want to do, and pretty much float down the river for the whole day. It's pretty awesome.
That sounds
it's a good
fun.
time. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a really good time. But that's about the only camping that I like to do because you basically just drink all day and then you go pass out as soon as you get back because you've been drinking for 12 hours in the sun.
You know, camping for me is like a race to who can get drunk the quickest.
So you can go to sleep.
I think Saturday night, our last night there, since it was so shitty, there was really nothing to do. So I had 20 beer left and 2 6 of whiskey and finished that off, fell asleep, almost froze to death. Oh, there's another story. So Friday we get there, and I let the wife and the kid sleep in the motorhome, and I decided, yeah, I'll sleep out in the tent. It won't be that bad. Well, 0 degrees plus rain plus wind is like minus something.
0 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
So it's like 32 Fahrenheit. Oh. At night.
Yeah.
Good Lord, move south.
And it was so cold. I literally thought like there might be an issue if I kept falling asleep, but I was drunk at the same time, so I really didn't care enough to actually want to get up. So I just threw my coat on underneath everything and tried to go back to sleep. But it was terrible. It was one of those nights where it was just like the coldest moment ever.
Sounds like a barrel of laughs.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never want to like
wanna
spend
go
money to do an activity where I might die.
I just don't want to go
Really?
camping in May again. June is okay, July is okay,
Dude,
August is
it was 90 degrees here today.
holy
90. It's
Yeah,
Nice.
I got sunburned this weekend.
Yeah, like, come on, move south. Migrate with the birds.
I didn't even get to catch a fish, which I was most pissed about because, May here is like the perfect month to catch the big guys when
What are
they
you
start
fishing
coming
for?
up. Catching for walleye and jackfish.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Scumpy? You got any camping stories?
Not really. I don't really camp out in the Canadian
You don't have
like
you don't take,
Wilderness?
atmosphere.
you
But
don't
I
take
did go camping in North Carolina once. But I live in Pennsylvania, and my family is not a really big camping group.
were
But
you
my
wearing
grandparents are. So
were you wearing
Where'd you
Ghost
go
Pro and had a
fishing?
motion sensor?
was I wearing what?
Ghost Pro and had your motion sensor?
Fuck yeah.
But you're a fisher, I mean?
No, Bob is, and I'm pretty much the transportation, and I'm gonna go.
Okay.
We're gonna go hang out because me and Bob are real close. We're like best friends. It's awesome.
So you
You
know
ever
what?
been
Meet
ice
somebody
fishing?
through a video game. What's up?
You ever been ice fishing?
Yeah, I've been ice fishing. No, I have not.
Yeah, that doesn't happen around here.
God, you guys are so lame.
Do you get like an outhouse? Like you get a little outhouse that you sit in and cut a hole in the water and
That's American ice fishing.
That's how I saw it on TV.
That's
Yeah, me
American
too.
ice fishing. Canadian ice fishing is a lawn chair, a stick, and a toque.
Oh my god.
Bunch
No,
of
I've
moose
I've I've
fuckers.
never gone ice fishing with like an enclosure.
Really? That's what. Yeah, that's all I see on TV.
Hmm.
So Scump, what do you do in your free time? Since everyone thinks if you play video games you're a giant nerd. So
um, I'm a pretty big nerd in school, but that's pretty much what I do on my weekdays. On my weekends, I usually go to the park and play frisbee with my friends. And
like
we're not
you like play like frisbee golf or just
ultimate frisbee.
ultimate frisbee? All
What is
right.
Yeah.
ultimate frisbee?
It's
You can like throw the frisbee, but you can't move when you catch it.
Huh.
for hippies.
Yeah, it's for hippies.
Matt
Is there
knows all about it.
tackling or contact?
Like with us there is, but there's not supposed to be.
Hmm.
But yeah, and whenever I do sleep over at a friend's house, it's either my house or this one other kid's house, and that's the party house. It's pretty much all we do.
Nice. So how much time do you spend actually playing a week?
That's a good question. I'd say
400 hours.
some nights I don't play at all. Some nights I'll play 2 to 3 hours max. Just depends how my team is like cooperating with me, I guess. However their schedules work out, I'll try and be on.
Right,
So
so-
Go ahead, whoever.
I want to hear another funny story from Lloyd.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Lloyd
first,
story?
first I wanted to talk about Modern Warfare 3.
No.
Oh, Modern Warfare 3.
Yes. Did you guys see that
Yeah, it
trailer?
had no gameplay in it.
Yeah,
So
it
what's
was
the
the-
deal?
It was
Yeah.
nothing.
We already know it's got single player. That's a given.
Yeah, thanks. Well, so do we have confirmation like Raven is doing the multiplayer, right?
They're one of the studios set to it. Yeah.
And then
I think
Sledgehammer and
Sledgehammer
then
is like
Infinity Ward.
overseeing it. Infinity Ward is a little bit in on it. I think for the Spec Ops part. But
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, right? They're trying to like do zombies with the Spec Ops, from what I was reading.
I
It, Yeah, because from what I read, from what I was reading, I read an article online. There was there's a like, so it's gonna be like one level, right? So and then you have waves like zombies,
So it's like
but
firefight.
Yes. But they
sure.
they had one Spec Ops mission in Modern Warfare 2 was like that, and it
No,
was terrible.
not one that you could keep going, because you could beat them all. Like I beat them all. You can beat them all. Like this is gonna be like you can't beat it like zombies. It's gonna be
No,
like
I don't
it's
know.
it
as
wasn't
far as you
fun.
can go.
That wasn't very fun though. Like shooting like regular enemies is not that fun. I don't
Well,
think.
yeah, I know it's gonna be like those Juggernaut guys. They're bringing those back from MW2, which like that was the worst Spec Ops level ever, where you had to kill them with nothing but explosives.
Yes.
That was the worst.
So
But
my
yeah,
my issue with Modern Warfare 3 is just their way of handling the community. They don't update. They don't, give feedback. They don't do anything. They release the game and we're like, yeah, there you go.
yeah.
So what if you could we'll go through everyone. If you could bring one thing from Black Ops to Modern Warfare 3, what would it be?
Nothing. Hate
Whoa,
this
You hit
game.
really?
Hate it.
really?
Hate it. It's the worst COD. I like
Why?
War better.
What?
I like World at War better.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is surprising.
The bullet registration is terrible. The guns are inconsistent. I just don't like it.
Hmm.
The World at War had pretty bad hit recognition too. I thought.
I loved World at War.
I like that game too. I didn't play it a lot, but except for recently, like earlier.
Like
But yeah, it seems pretty much the same as Black Ops to me as far
my
as
problem with Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 was they're starting to make the games a little too assault rifle oriented. Like they need to start bringing back the COD 4 where you can use either gun and you can win certain situations with that gun. Like if it's an MP5 against an M16 up close in COD 4, if you get outshot, you're bad. Like that's pretty much how it is. But then again, if you're medium to long range, the M16 is always gonna win. That's how they need to make it. So it's even.
so you think like the FAMAS is has the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So
The
you should
it's like a P90 shooting. It's like a P90 in fire rate, and it doesn't recoil that much at long distance. It's too good.
so right. That's one thing I want to touch on. The difference in recoil, right? There's less recoil on PS3 than Xbox. Is
Yeah,
that is
I've
that what I
noticed
hear?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
On
So
LAN, I think the games are equally similar, but online, I prefer PlayStation 100 times because on Xbox, it's just people do not die for me on Xbox. I don't get why. I just
hmm,
can't kill people. Seems like it takes me like half a clip to kill them on Xbox, and it takes me like 4 bullets on PS3.
interesting.
I need to
So
try PS3.
Yeah, I have much more success, just with my bullet registration on PS3.
Yeah,
really.
I think that's the issue on Xbox. I think I'm hitting them, but I'm not hitting them.
Hmm. So with Modern Warfare 2, you people preferred what like ACR, FAMAS,
Yeah, but
um,
UMP.
that game
but you
wasn't
could
as bad because you could use the UMP.
right.
Yeah, but this game is completely assault rifle oriented. Right whenever they took rapid fire out, this game just went downhill, in my opinion. Everybody started camping in the back of their spawns, and nobody started running out for gunfights anymore. Turned into too much of a defensive game. It's boring.
Man, I've been playing pubs the last few nights, and it's gotten painful. Like there's like douchebaggery going on Modern Warfare 2 levels.
Douchebaggery.
I've actually been playing Modern Warfare 2 and it hasn't been that bad.
I'm gonna go back
Why
because
don't you just go
there's
play TDM where all the pros play?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do that too. I'm making a TDM
so
only
boring.
from here on out.
I don't get
TDM is the
that.
way to go.
Oh my god. I love self-proclaiming people who only play TDM who think they are the best players in the world. I just
Uh,
don't understand that mentality.
you're
Number
taking
one,
you're taking
you're
it too serious.
oh yeah, super serious. Number one, you're playing TDM, which is where the least skilled players play in public rooms, and number two, it requires no strategy whatsoever. You just find where they are and you shoot them. And if you don't shoot them, it's either A, they're in a corner, or B, lying on the ground with ghosts.
It's the beauty of it. That's why we were so good in COD 4.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know Scump. There was a YouTuber, I'm not even gonna shout his name out, that posted a video going 35-6 in TDM using non-lethal kill streaks and labeled the video best COD player on YouTube.
He must have been joking.
Get him in here. Let me play him.
He was not joking. He legitimately thinks he's one of the best players on YouTube, or if not the best, because he considers himself the best rusher on Call of Duty.
Oh my.
And he thinks he's one of the best all-round players. The only problem and flaws with this is he only plays TDM.
Have you heard they're doing a tournament with all these guys?
I have.
Yeah, I think that'll be entertaining to watch, but I don't think it'll
prove
it's
anything.
interesting. It's interesting how it's set up because, I mean, 1v1 is, I don't know. I mean, I don't, I guess.
Well, I thought they were doing free-for-all, no?
They should do that. They should do a free-for-all tournament and do multiple games. But I think if it's like a 1v1 thing, that's just, I mean, it's too much dependent on a lot of other things. Yeah, and I don't think like 1v1 is a true.
Well, they said they're going to do dedicated servers or those fake dedicated servers or whatever.
Yeah, those things have been around. We played on one of those. I can't remember what company it was. The company that did it is in Texas, and the connection was still terrible. Like everybody connected to it, but it's the same as having a somebody host. It's just that the person hosting isn't playing.
Yeah.
It's like setting up a private match, all of us connecting to your Xbox, and you not playing, but everybody else does. Well, the connection's still going to be crap for all of us. Because
supposedly they have really good internet though, right?
Oh yeah, really good upload speed.
Internets.
Really yeah,
you got 400 internets.
Yeah.
I think it's silly. I have no problem with people thinking that they're really good at what they do. I have no issues with that. But you can't, like, I'm not the best commentator on YouTube. I'm not the best player on YouTube, but I'm pretty good at both. I would never say I'm the best at anything because it'll never ever work out. And obviously, he was fishing for trolls. That's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, and I mean, then if you fish for him, it's easy to say, "Oh, you're just trolling." Like, okay, you're being too serious. Blah blah blah. It's like, dude, come on. Like, don't label your video "You're the best COD player on YouTube" when it's not true. First of all,
what about the top 16 teams on the pro circuit? If any one of those guys has a YouTube channel, you've just faltered yourself right there.
Yeah, you just play TDM only. It's like, that's the part I'm like, come on, you're playing TDM.
Ground War too.
Yeah, it's like you're playing the worst players in the game. I mean,
I feel like Call of Duty pros and then Call of Duty YouTubers are on completely different sides of the spectrum. They're both good at what they do, but I think that pros could migrate into playing pubs a little bit better than they could migrate into playing in actual pro games against pro players. Because we know spawns inside and out, and they would come in and they would have marathons with a motion sensor with a silenced MP5, and they would just
it wouldn't even be close, honestly.
Get hit in the head.
It wouldn't be close. Like, if they came to the competitive and played the competitive rule set, they would just get destroyed.
And I'm not busting on any YouTubers, but I'm just saying, like, we can go into pubs and just completely destroy people as they do.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Stainville posted a video of him in the competitive playlist going 56-2. Like, to me that's no kill streaks. So he's doing the same thing that what's his face did, and he even had Blackbird. He was running Blackbird. So I mean, that right there, and you're playing against better players, and there's only 4 people on the other team. How do you get 56 kills with 4 people and 1 on the other team? Like, that's insane. So I mean, that's just like,
to do what some of these guys do is actually pretty impressive. They go into Ground War, they get 150 kills, and I don't think a lot of pros. Well, maybe a lot of pros could do that. I'm not sure, but it's still it's a pretty impressive feat.
The most kills I've gotten in a demolition game was 225.
There goes your theory, Lloyd. Out the window.
I have a picture of it.
Demo's that's kind of different, right?
Well, the thing is, like, people don't realize that YouTubers are looking for the YouTube game. Like, they're playing to get a YouTube game. So they may go into a game, get killed twice, and back out, start a new game. You know what I mean? Like they're just looking for that game. They're not playing the game to have fun. They're playing the game to have a YouTube game.
Yeah, and I
So
got no problem with that because
yeah,
it's
no,
entertainment. Yeah,
I don't either.
that's what
Yeah, I
they're
mean,
going for is the entertainment
exactly.
value.
Exactly,
I'm
but
like,
the problem is that the general public don't understand that that's what they're doing. They think that these people are so like really good at what they're doing. That's why people are sticking up for this guy. They think that he's really good and he's actually a good player because they don't understand that
There's
they all have that YouTube game. They just don't put it on YouTube. Like they may have the 1 out of 10 games that are good. They don't just quit out of the other games. Like, everybody, I can sit in a pub and back out and go in and back out and go in until I can go, 60,
jackpot.
60 and
Split
4.
screen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look, I'm playing, it's 6 TVs versus 3. I wonder if we're going to win.
yeah.
Like,
And I
it's
mean,
silly.
if I had the decision, I mean, I'd much rather be in YouTube, and I would have much rather been in YouTube at the beginning because they make so much more money than us. But I mean, I feel that we should start to be making a little bit more money because we are just as good as them. And
Yeah, I think we're
Are
right at the infant stage of the pro gaming aspect. Give it a couple years, give it a couple, major finals event that actually get the coverage that we're looking for, and we're
yeah,
talking like 1 million plus viewers on the stream per day. I think after that goes on, I think we're gonna start to see, the sponsorships and corporate really start to get involved.
hmm
Yeah.
Scumpy, are you guys working on your YouTube channel now?
not at all. We rarely ever post anything on that because I have no power over that. I want to start recording, but I just don't have the equipment.
Yeah,
There
see,
you
that's
go.
the
That's what
thing.
you can buy with the check.
There you go, PBR.
I
So
think
I mean that's a thing. I think that's a missed opportunity by a lot of teams. Like not a lot of teams, outside of the really big name teams that you know of, off the top of your head. If you ask people that somewhat follow competitive, they can tell you is that they're missing out with the YouTube channel. I mean, there's so much stuff that can be posted on there that the general public would just eat up. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean, if you had a chance to watch, I mean, even our channel, like our channel's so small, but we posted stuff that was helping people get into competitive gaming. We were just breaking down spawns and posting up, spawn videos of where the spawns are for each game type, and
mhm.
people are loving that. Like, I mean, we get messages all the time. When are you putting the next one up? When are you putting the next one up? And it's like we have like 500 subs, but every one of our subs are people that message us constantly. They're like, we want the next one, want the next one. I think there's so many opportunities for the pro teams to share basic strategies. You don't have to give away your
Mhm.
strategies for each game type, but you can share, this is why I'm doing this, or this is why our team does this. I think
my
that people would love that.
my
Yeah, and that's
favorite.
the.
Sorry, go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Seth.
Okay. The route I would take if I got on YouTube, like if I were to get on it in the next couple of weeks or months, it would be I would post up gameplays and I would take them through my mind, like what's going through my head as I do things, and I would try and teach them in the game through that.
Sounds like somebody watched Behind the Sticks by Holiday Dog.
I mean, that's
Or came
definitely.
up with an obvious idea.
Hey,
Yeah, I think that's definitely what people are looking for because I mean, some people watch certain videos because of who the YouTuber is. They've identified with that person. They like to be entertained by that person. But I think that there's a huge missing niche in YouTube where there's nobody showing how to play the game, um, especially on your guys' level.
Mhm.
I think that that's a huge opportunity because people are still playing competitive. I mean, the numbers are dwindling off from the pub room games. People are kind of getting tired of the game. It's kind of getting old. But the competitive stuff, from what I've seen, and just from our team playing and messing around, there seems to be a lot of activity still going down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite type of pro video is also the easiest to do, just the listen-ins. Those are awesome, I think, for learning.
Yeah,
Hearing the
they get
call
really
outs.
intense.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? Shit. We need to really start trying to like MLG needs to start really advertising Call of Duty because it has the potential to be twice as big as Halo if they advertise it correctly. Because there are so many people that play this game that don't play Halo.
I think
Exactly.
StarCraft dwindles us all or dwarfs us all.
I don't think StarCraft beats Call of Duty.
Well, because it's got Asia, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but and it's 1v1. I think that really it makes it a lot easier for people to join whenever they want. In Call of Duty, you got to get 3 other people that are willing to do it. Same with Halo. So
Yeah. So do you think that you're trying to build sort of a brand with your team? I mean, is that your ultimate goal? I mean, do you want to be obviously? I'm sure you want to be a household name like the Fears and the Optic and all that other stuff.
Mhm.
So what are you guys doing? Outside of just winning, which obviously can never hurt because that's obviously how people are gonna learn about you. But I think YouTube's probably a good avenue. What other steps are you guys trying to take?
Really, there aren't many other ways other than Twitter. I mean, that's really all you can do to get your name out there. I mean,
And what's your Twitter handle?
mine,
Yeah.
LVG_Scump.
There you go. Hopefully, you pick up some followers.
Yeah.
What type of stuff do you normally tweet? I think I follow you, but I'm not sure
Stupid shit. I rarely tweet anything worth knowing.
You're in your cause here. Let them find out for themselves.
It's all right.
Go follow Scump on Twitter and see what he posts about.
Woo!
That's good stuff. So, do we want to Lloyd? Do we want to get a story from you this week? Do you have more than one? I mean,
yeah.
did we ever tell the toll booth story finally, or the parking attendants?
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
I think we did that. I thought we did that on the Stainville one, but I don't think it got told again. I think it's the one that we lost.
Well, I don't want to
I
hear
don't
it again.
remember.
Oh well, I think it's funny.
Yeah,
so.
we're running late anyways. Let's save it for next week. Hey Doc, we gonna do one live from Cbus?
We can actually, yes.
Hell yeah.
I'll bring everything.
I can bring stuff, dude.
Let me do it.
Well, I'm gonna be doing a lot of like secondary interviews with Columbus. I got so much planned. You got no idea.
You're picking me, right? You're picking me, right?
I'll pick whoever wants to come talk to me. I got a lot of downtime. Oh, here's my actual schedule. I actually have in front of me.
Ooh, I hear paperless.
Friday, I start commentating with Corey Dunn at 5:15 for the pregame show, and all the way up until 8 o'clock, where I finish off with Leverage versus VWS. Dun dun dun.
Oh, hold on. Do you get to go by Holiday Doc, or do you have to go by your real name?
They have me as my real name here, but I'm gonna definitely try and change it to Holiday Doc.
All right, interesting. Okay.
I don't think we're playing VWS. I think we're playing AM team because VWS can't go.
No, they're going.
Are they?
Yep.
Oh. Well, never mind.
And then I come back on the mic at 10:30 with Corey Dunn for pool play, community voted match. Then finish up with the Saturday night recap with Sean Bellafiore and myself at 12 a.m. Then Saturday, we don't get started on the stream again until 3:30. So up until 3:30, from 10 a.m. to 3:30, I'm going to be walking around the venue and basically with my camera and my lavalier mics and everything like that, just getting random interviews with people behind the scenes, what the event's all about, and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So
I think you're commentating us at 10:30 on Friday. I think we won that. Not sure.
You guys won the pool play too?
I'm pretty sure it's us versus Icons.
Oh, right on.
Sweet.
Pretty sure.
So, are you nervous about any of the rule changes?
No. We love the rule changes.
Map changes?
No, we love them too. It took out our worst Dom and put in a search, but who cares? It's search. Whoever plays better is going to win search.
Interesting. Do you like the bomb plant?
Oh, I hate that. Well, I don't know why they did that. That completely destroys the purpose of planting the bomb. How are you going to plant a bomb when they can just hide in a corner and wait for them to hear the little beeping noise?
Beep, 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 beep.
Very much agreed. That's what we've talked about this with everyone that we've had on there, and I think it's gonna be. I think it's actually gonna hurt the live viewing experience because
it sucks.
They wanted to get more search in because search is exciting.
And they screwed it up.
Yeah, and now it's going to be people hiding in corners waiting for the bomb to be planted.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, but the time limit really helps us out because we're one of the most aggressive teams on the circuit, and people can't really camp back as much as they would with 2 minutes and 30 seconds. now we can push their brains out. It's gonna be great.
That's a good point.
All right, well, wrapping up, I sent all the top 8 teams a quick message to your team leader. So, Scump, you'll have to get in touch with, I believe, Aches is your team captain.
I'll get him right now.
Make sure you guys fill that email back as it's part of our interview process for MLG. And thanks, everybody, for tuning into episode number 8 with our guest host, Mr. LVG Scump. And I, Holiday Doc, am out of here. Anybody got final remarks?
No, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Good luck at Columbus.
Yep, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, looking forward to meeting you guys, and thanks for coming on, dude.
Yep, it's going to be awesome. 3 days.
Yeah. Okay,
Well,
see you guys
3
later.
days till I
Take
lose.
out. See ya.